Hello again, everybody. It's me, Madame Macabre, and today I'm back with another one of my entries to my new journal series. So today I was thinking about what would be another good topic to speak about, and then I thought, why not talk about moving, since that's something that is kind of relevant in my life right now. Yesterday I spent the entire day helping my friend move from her old apartment she had lived in for the past year. That it is a 5-story it's a much taller building, but she's on the 5th story. And it was just the two of us, and I had to help her move everything down, and then it was a lot of trips, and it was super fun. But it got me thinking about how I might actually be moving very soon myself. So this place where I'm at right now, I've been at for the past 2 years since I graduated college. And I have actually been thinking about moving for a while. As you can tell from what's around me, I'm actually recording in my room because this is the only place I have room to put my computer setup and my desk and all of that. It's just not enough room. So it has been on my mind to move for a while, and I've been looking for a while, but those of you who are also looking right now understand the difficulty that is the market with high rent with no signs of slowing down and wages that are hardly going up at all. Fortunately, I've got YouTube, which kind of makes it a little bit different, but in the general case, it's a really bad setup, especially in Washington State. We're only worse than California and New York right now as far as rent versus pay split or whatever. We'd have to work 80 hours on minimum wage to get the average apartment in Seattle. It's pretty bad. And most people our age are having to get roommates. It's the only way to survive. When you consider there's places that are just 2 bedrooms for, $2,000. It's not a good scenario the way things are. That being said, however, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I am an extremely introverted person, and I can be quite persnickety, so living with a roommate isn't really much of an option for me. All my friends around the area are already with other roommates, or they have their living situation figured out, or we're just not compatible enough personality types to be able to live together. And the idea of putting an ad out to live with a complete and total stranger, that would not cut it with me at all. So I have actually been looking at apartments since June, and I am just now finding a place that I think is gonna work. I'm really hopeful for this one. I went and I saw it a couple days ago. It's fantastic, it's in my price range, it looks like everything's gonna be great. And you've gotta love the irony of it, because the building itself is an old mansion from the 1800s, and the unit I'm looking at is the one up in what used to be the attic underneath the old tower that burnt down. So that seems like a pretty good location for Madame Macabre to live. But aside from the cool vibe and all that, it actually is a really cool place. It's a good location, it's bigger than my current place, and the management seems super nice. So I hope it works out. And if I get the place, I can guarantee you I'm going to deck it all out like the Haunted Mansion. Absolutely. So I put my application in, and all I'm waiting on is my pre-screening and background check, which I know I should pass those. I don't have some dark hidden past, so I think we're good. And once that goes through, that's when I'll find out whether or not I got the place. But let me just tell you guys, it was such a stressful experience applying for it, because it came down to the wire for this place. Because I saw it on a Saturday afternoon, or Saturday getting close to the evening. I went in, got a tour of the place, fell in love with the unit, just adored it, and then was given the application and told to send it back during business hours. Well, I took it home and immediately filled it out and messaged them that I was interested, but I didn't hear anything back, which was normal because it was after 5 p.m. on a Saturday. Waited nothing on Sunday, because a lot of places aren't open on Sunday. And then Monday rolls around, and I message the number again, early in the morning, and I don't hear back anything from them for hours. And finally, I hear back, and they're like, yeah, you can come by and drop the application off. So I rush back there as fast as I can. I've got my application and the fee that goes with the application. And I am told that a girl who saw it that day had actually filled out the application while she was there and was ahead of me. However, she hadn't paid the fee, and she was running out to get the cash to pay the fee. And that she promised him she'd be back in 20 minutes. So he said if she didn't come back in those 20 minutes, then he would let me turn in my application and give him my fee, and that would make me the first in line for the apartment. So I patiently waited. I asked if I could see the unit again. I went up there, which would have made it worse because I loved it, and seeing it again, I could really visualize myself there. And then we go back down, and the 20 minutes had passed. So that time was up, and that was like the moment of truth for me. She didn't pull back up. She wasn't there. So he let me give him my application, and we were getting all that stuff figured out. And right as I was pulling out my $40 for the application fee, as soon as I handed it over to him and he took the money from me, guess who pulls up? I was terrified because I thought, oh no, he's gonna let her come up, and even, he's gonna take the money from her and that'll be it. But thank God, fortunately, because I had already handed him my application and my fee, he had it in his hands by the time she came up to the door. He said, I'm so sorry, but now this girl here is ahead of you in the process because it did take you longer than 20 minutes. It actually took her like 45 minutes or something, based on the time that I arrived and when he said it took her 20 minutes. I calculated this stuff out because I was secretly rooting, don't come back. So I just barely made it with that one, and he took my application, took my fee, and submitted it to the next step. So I can tell you my heart was beating like out of my chest practically. I was so scared. So now I'm just waiting on that screening and background check, and then I'm waiting on a call to tell me that I got the place, and I really, really hope it happens. So wish me luck with that, you guys, because, oh man, this has been a stressful process. And I guess one thing that I can sort of relate with some of you guys with is, if you are in the process of looking for your own apartment, or even if you're just planning on doing so in the future, and you're feeling kind of downtrodden from it, because really, it's not fun, the process of looking for an apartment. You'd think it's fun, like when you imagine it when you're younger and stuff, but when you have to put in the reality of your budget and location and all that, generally, unless you're rolling in the money, your options are very limited. And again, with the way the market is right now, with extremely high rent and lower pay, all the units that are nice, like not in a scary location and they're not scary looking, all the decent locations for decent prices, they go so fast because everybody wants them. And so if you're feeling like it's kind of hopeless right now and you're feeling sad over that, know that you are absolutely not alone. I was feeling that way for quite a while. I've been looking since June. It is September now, halfway through September, and I am just now finding a place that I might get. So know that it does get better. You will find something. It's just naturally, it's normal for it to take this long, and you will find the right place. It is a painful process. Like, it's emotional roller coaster, so many ups and downs, but I believe we'll all get through it, so we can do it together. And if you're far too young to be worrying about that, enjoy it while you can. Everybody always says that, but enjoy those younger years, because when you get older, you're not going to have to deal with school and all that crap, but you're going to have a whole hell in a handbasket of other things and issues and problems and stuff, and responsibilities and all sorts of goodies to deal with when you are independent and taking care of yourself. So enjoy that time while you can. Alrighty guys, that's about all I can think of to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you next week with another journal entry. That's all for now. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye!